I'm sorry, but if they start garnishing our wages for student loans, we are actually like, do they want us all like broke and in jail or dead?
So, if you guys are not aware, if you guys have not been hearing what's going on, but on May 5th, the Department of Education is going to start resuming again collection on federal loans that have been on default. I mean, if things couldn't get worse for people right now that are struggling during these times. I have no idea why they're implementing this so quick, especially with everything being as difficult as it is right now in the society. But unfortunately, now for some people that were dealing with the high costs of rent, groceries, and everything else, and dealing with the student loans, and now they're going to be confronted with the fact of you are going to get your wages garnished, whether it's your social security, whether it's your regular paycheck, whether it's going to come from your tax refund. Wages are going to be garnished. I mean, man, I'm feeling really bad for so many people during these times because a lot of people right now are just struggling financially in such a ridiculous way. I mean, we dealt with the whole tariffs, right? Trump talking about tariffs, we saw what that did with the market. Now, for a lot of people, they saw their future nearly getting wiped out when they were noticing exactly what was going on in the market. But as you and I know, right, you're not going to lose anything on the market until you sell. But some people out there, they panicked so much and they were worried so much because that's all they got. All that money they have in a 401k is all they have for the future, and they cashed out. Like some people are willing to take the penalty on cashing out some of their 401k. Some people are taking out 401k loans as well while the market was down. And don't forget, there's also people who are a lot elderly and they're seeing what's going on and they're like, listen, I'm 65 and I'm 70. I'm not trying to lose all this money that I gained. Some people have no faith in the Trump administration and they took it out. No penalties, nothing like that, but just in order to survive. And here this comes. I mean, guys, it was just announced on Monday, just random. Now they're going to start collecting on people who are defaulting. And this is not a good situation for a lot of people. It really is a bad, bad time for so many people trying to figure things out right now in life financially. Now, we all know, right, this whole pause from the collection, now all happened from COVID. And this happened 5 years already. It's been 5 years ago since we dealt with the whole pause with the student loan payments and the pause of the collections. We've seen it happen for 5 years. And that's why there's two camps that come along with this, right? There's one camp that's like, it's been 5 years. What the hell you been doing for the past 5 years, right? And for some people, yes, they have been slacking. They inflated their lifestyle, not making those payments for student loans because it was paused, and now they can't even afford to live, and now they have to start making these payments, right? So many people's credit score just dropped because, as we know, right, the government, they suck. They're not good at handling, anything. Let's be very honest. And the student loan services came along. They did not let people know that they're actually going to start resuming again the student loan payments, and some people had a dip in the credit score. Unfortunately, because they weren't told that information. And now they're dealing with this, right? They're dealing with this, and so many people out there are saying, hey, listen, you knew for 5 years, right? So enough of this, right? Some people have no sympathy towards some people that didn't handle their business. But there's an other side to this as well, because yes, as I said, some people have a legitimate reason to say some people they handle their business, they deserve what they're getting. You got to pay it back. Enough of this. But you have some people, guys, that during COVID, they lost a job, right? So many people lost a job during COVID. And it's not, they didn't have a choice to just not pay back the student loans. They just couldn't. They didn't have a job to pay it back. And then they're fighting and they're clawing, trying to get a job back. And they finally do. And now we're all dealing with massive layoffs. So many layoffs are happening. So many people are freaking out now with possibly being laid off. So everyone is really extremely afraid. Then we're dealing with the cost of rent being extremely high. So there's some people trying to just survive during these times with things being so difficult and so uncertain. And now here it comes. Can you imagine going through the struggle you are now and you just cannot pay your student loans? And now you're gonna get, you're going to collections and they're gonna garnish your wages. As hard as it is now that people are not getting paid so much, the thing that this administrations have stopped doing now, which is this is not a new thing, okay? This is something that's been going on pre-COVID, which is stop taking the wages of people and social security of the elderly. That's the part to me that's wild. Of the elderly they're taking the Social Security benefits away to pay back the student loans. And I get it, man, right? There's two sides to the story, and people have a very good argument. That's why it's a lot of controversy around this issue, is because yes, you can feel, I personally feel sympathetic for so many people struggling, but you have some people who are just not. They go, listen, you do this, handle your business. I'm not here to pay for you, for these taxpayers that are not paying back the student loans. Some people blaming them for exactly what's going on right now with the government. Time to start paying. And that's just a sentiment that so many people have. And Linda McMahon, which blows my mind still, because I watched WWE, Vince McMahon, and to know his wife now is the head of the Department of Education is completely is mind blowing. But she said, I gotta find this because this quote is pretty intense to let you know how the Trump administration, they don't play around. American taxpayers will no longer be forced to serve as collateral for irresponsible student loan policies. Yeah, that's the part right there, guys, where everyone is a split right down the middle. A lot of these student, loans, people and these people who took out the student loans were just hoping to get it forgiven. They were hoping and praying to get it forgiven. And as you see, Biden tried and it didn't happen. And Trump is like, hell with that. Trump is not going to do it. So right now, people are just really being hopeful. And that's the reason why most people didn't pay the student loans off, because they were hopeful that wasn't get forgiven, which that was a big controversy, right? The people who actually worked hard and paid it off, they were like, hell no. If I was able to pay it off, then you should be able to pay it off. And it looks like Trump is siding on the people, the taxpayers, that's like, I am not paying that off. So now that's it. There's no games. And it's really unfortunate, but I want to say something to people out there who right now is probably like freaking out, not knowing what to do, because I mean, obviously you hear about your wages being garnished. It's like, damn, like it's scary times. And it's like, I read somewhere it's 5.6 million right now that are actually in default for the student loans. But for anyone out there that is struggling right now, even when the payments resumed, guys, you need to sign up for the income repayment plan. Now, that's a temporary thing, all right? Because you could continue to be paying student loans off for freaking damn near 30, 40 years if you stay in that plan, which is why it's not good. But during these times when things being so hard, you have to sign up for that before you start getting your wages garnished. Now, I don't know once your wages get garnished, if you're eligible to sign up for these plans. It might be a little too late, but man, really sign up for this, because if you're going through some type of financial constraints right now, this will allow your payments to be extremely low, right? Based on your income-based, repayment plan, it will be based on that. And you'll be able to save so much, because you don't want to go through a headache of getting your wages garnished. There's nothing worse than that, than getting your check and just 25% of it is taken away, right? Or even if you guys have your parents who might be struggling as well, you got to have this conversation with them as well. Because if right now you are not a financial burden to them because they're just living off damn near Social Security and a little of a 401k that they have, if they are going to start getting their wages garnished, you're going to have a conversation with them and help them out to put them in a better financial situation. Yes, it's really tough times right now. And I feel really, really bad for those that are going to have to go through this right now, especially this news right now is just not good. Right, with the economy being the way it is, it's not good. I mean, I'm one of them, right? I'm not in a situation where my wage is going to be garnished. But when it was down with, the pause for the past 5 years, I was handling my debt, taking care of other situations, and I let that just sit there. But I knew there was going to be a time in the day where I had to pay it back. It's mine, right? I did go to school. I signed up for it. I knew exactly what I was signing up for. I got to pay it back, and I know that. I know it's my responsibility. And I know there's some people out there who got a little too much student loans where they can't afford, and they're like, yo, I can't afford this. What am I going to do? Please, Biden, forgive it. And it obviously that's not the case. And now so many people are going to go in collections and the situation is going to get uglier. And listen, do not sit here and just hope and pray that Linda McMahon and the Trump administration is going to say, you know what, we feel bad for people. Let's not do this. Let's just pause it and figure it out. No, this thing was supposed to restart in 2023, even with Biden. And this has been getting pushed to a point where it just can't anymore. It's been 5 years, so I get it. It's been a very long time. But the people out there who are currently struggling, man, listen, stay optimistic. Please apply for that income repayment plan. And I'm hoping and praying everything works out for you guys. Thanks for watching this video, guys. If you want more content like this, please take the time to hit the like, leave a comment, and subscribe. As always, guys, have a great day. Peace.